everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe. I created this channel to share my learnings and things I enjoy in hopes to inspire others and build a high vibrational community. So today I want to talk about a decision to move to Hawaii. Things you want to consider before moving to Hawaii. I always remind myself that this island, this land was never for sale. There's a comedian, I forget who it was, but they talk about, it's like an open house at a house that was never even for sale. And people walk in and say, wow, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. And it was never even on the market. Nobody's even offering for no matter what price. So even moving here myself from Minnesota, I have felt a little bit like I contribute to the gap between people who are born and raised here not being able to afford homes here, kind of holding real estate here. One of the things I love about living here is being in the city. I think about, is that truly what Hawaii is about? Do they want this city here? So I always try to give respect and homage to the ancestors of this island, the queens and kings who are very much in spirit alive on the island. So I feel called to be here, and I make it a point to give back to the community, and that's how I justify being here. I think that you either move here and kind of become a huge ally to Hawaiians, to Hawaii, or you come as a vacation spot and the island kind of rejects you. So I have a couple tips if you're thinking about moving to Hawaii to think about and to please consider before moving here. I want to protect this place as much as I can, and I appreciate being part of the community so much. I've been very embraced here. So please let me share from my heart and hear this out before you move here. So this land was never for sale, number one. And to make sure that you have a deep respect for the Aina, the land, and its people. So before you move here, are you willing to care for the land in some way, to give back, to care for its people, to take time to learn about the culture and what this place is all about? What's the history here? What do people care about? What are people fighting for? Why do people protest on Mauna Kea? What is that all about? If you don't give a shit about Mauna Kea, I don't think this place will be sustainable for you. That is a highly politically charged comment, but I believe that the island will reject people who are selfish and greedy and not about respecting the peaks. The peaks are really sacred here. Some people that are local don't go up to a peak, climb a mountain, unless they have a question or intention that they're seeking. So just keep that in mind. That's not always the case, but I'm just putting that out there. So if you feel a calling to come here, that I believe the island calls you. So just listen for that calling. Is it that you're trying to escape your life where you're at? Chances are the problems will probably chase you no matter where you go. So if you're trying to just escape a place, I don't know that this will work out for you. But if you hear the island calling, that is a definite sign that you should come here. So I was called here by a friend who needed me, and I just figured I would try it for a year, but I absolutely fell in love with the culture, and I believe the island fell in love with me too. Thank God. And also, so be aware that the island will peel layers off of you. So if you're a hard-headed, want to stay where you're at kind of person and nobody can change you, moving here might not be for you, because it opens you up in different ways and absolutely like an onion peels layers off of you. So if you don't want to grow and get down to your truest self, I would say this is not the place for you. Another topic is it's a small island. So if you're someone that cares about community, cares about your reputation, you're very careful, you don't make hasty moves, this would work for you. So I had a friend who was studying to be a police officer, had to go through all the drills and everything in the academy. And so he was looking for a job before he started that. And nobody would hire him because he was saying, hey, you know, I might only work here, you know, a couple months. And he was told to do that because the island's so small. If you just quit somewhere without disclosing that information, it's going to look bad. So just knowing it's a small island, if you are a serial dater and you date all the time, it's a very small community, and you know, like attracts like, so chances are the guys or gals can be friends with each other, and then you're kind of caught up in a circle. Oahu has a lot more people, so it doesn't happen as much as the other islands, Maui and Big Island, Kauai, but it still is small enough here, I found, after being here 8 years. And then be prepared to talk story. If you're someone that just likes to keep to themselves completely, it might not be a great place for you, because people just want to connect and spread aloha. So on my, you know, I've said before, I'm a runner, and so I'm outside a lot at all different times of the day. And sometimes people just want to stop and just shoot the breeze for a little bit. They call it talk story here. So if you are open to talking to people in that way, it's definitely a friendly place for that kind of thing. If you're very much LA, you know, in your phone and on to this, to the next, I believe the island will kick you off. And then be a good neighbor. So every neighborhood I've lived in has been embrace me, and the neighbors kind of want to peek in and say hi and know what's going on and kind of take you in. I have a son, and my neighbors all take him in as if he's their own, and it's just a really community environment. So just know that, you know, if you're someone that wants to live out in the country where you don't have anybody bothering you, even if you have a huge house and huge land here, you're still going to run into people kind of wanting to know or wanting to bring you baked goods or anything like that. So I say this with much respect to the island, and, you know, please, much to consider. And another thing to be careful of is, you know, there's different reasons people come here. One of them is, you know, for spiritual reasons, or they're soul searching, and so they're called to the island, and they're in a spot of vulnerability. And just be aware that there are certain people who prey on that, and just keep your guard up as you need to. You know, mostly people are friendly here, but I've heard, you know, there's a Netflix documentary about a yoga teacher who was shady and kind of like takes advantage of people in that light. So, you know, just make sure that you have got yourself covered and can trust the right people. So hopefully you have a good intuition. I hope this was helpful. If you live in Hawaii too, please share any tips and let me know what you think. And much love to my home, my island, and much love to you.